Hello and welcome to a 20,000 gold multiplayer battle. Things get rather crazy here. I've got an ally who I've never met before prior to this battle. And we're now fighting Chaos in Bretonia. I'm playing over here the Crooked Moon clan, or tribe. Then we have a Beastmen player right there. Here's what I'm going to do. I did use my little painting symbols to let them know what I wanted to do. I wanted to move through here and go around if I could. In the very beginning, I got torn up. To let you know, I was very tired when I played this match. It's a very curious one, too. A very unique one, playing with 20,000 gold. They were hosting the map on the other team. I think they knew what map they were getting because, I mean, they have a great defensible location, and we're the ones who have to run. I thought maybe my Skulkers could handle slowing them down and maybe doing some damage. They did some damage, but I didn't get very far with it. Yeah, they deployed over here, and they would have been able to chase me down anyway. I tried to do a little bit of damage with my Skulkers, but they ended up shattering very early on. Flying Knights, man, are pretty common, and they can do a lot of damage early game. Alright, they all go. Man, I thought I was in a bad position, but I guess we'll find out. My ally brought in Cygors. Our enemy has Trebuchets and Hell Cannon. We're looking at aspiring champions over here. They're trying to defend every point. I'm thinking that maybe one of them might be newer because they're just trying to defend a hill. And that can be okay, but let me put, I guess, the context into perspective. If I charge through here, and they're still defending over here, I'm only fighting part of their force. I will be able to use my full force to be part of their force. That's why it's okay to want to defend if you really have more artillery and you want to. But you really need to think about how you do it, because at the moment, they're only going to be able to defend with part of their army. 4 units of spearmen will not do much to stop us from steamrolling through. That Hell Cannon is taking a lot of damage. It isn't behind trees, and that Cygor is rather accurate. Not bad. We'll fast forward for now. If you look at it, more damage is being incurred. And it's about to go away. We're all still trying to maneuver right now. Wait, who are you? What is way back over here? More champions way back here? That's really weird. I don't know about that. We've got Pegasus Knights over here with 3 Paladins and King Luon. They're now moving in to go after the Beastmen player. The Cygors are currently throwing rocks at Bretonian spearmen and bowmen. Largely they're bowmen. Not actually their spearmen yet. Ooh, hitting Chaos Warriors too. That is doing a lot of damage. Yeah, Cygors are very good for taking on campers with a lot of infantry. Right now, the Knights are coming after one Cygor, but they're all grouped up, and that's where they can't do a lot. I think having a Cygor throw over here would have been great. That would have killed so many of them. A foot of Gork would be even better. Oh, that would do a lot of damage. Alright, they're moving their men up. They're bringing a Gorbold back. The Trebuchet is firing down upon the Beastman player. I'm still moving up. Here's where my battle truly begins. Yeah, the Beastman player is largely stationary, but he is fighting the Knights way down here, which is working out for me. I need him to take that on. I didn't want to have to fight that. I've got my Knight Goblin army, backed up by a lot of Black Orcs, 2 Spiders, and then I have 2 Giants too, one being a Ragnarok Queen. Alright, I'm charging in, using my Fanatical Loons. They're moving in too, doing some damage, knocking them down. And Black Orcs are now moving in to do even more damage. I have a Knight Goblin Warlord, and I have an Orc Shaman. They're moving in. I'm buffing up my army. If you look at it, we're not taking as much damage, and we are doing more damage. 84 melee attack. We are hitting immediately, destroying their lines. I mean, these are halberds, but they are getting crushed already. Why? I'm supported by my full army. There's a rock. The Cygors are really destroying this infantry-based army. They had artillery, but it could be hard to hit once you get past that bottom of the hill. They're all still fighting. The Knights are looking pretty rough. The King took a lot of damage. Yeah, he's backed up by Gorbulls now and Minotaurs. I don't know if he has more than one Gorbul. I think he only has one. He's got a Beast Lord on a chariot. Let's go look over here again. I hit every part of their line. They're unsupported. Aspiring champions are beginning to move in. I never met the guy before, but he actually pulled through. I mean, usually when I'm playing a pub, I've got to carry them on my back like I'm Sam. And I'm like, hang on, Mr. Frodo. And he actually didn't do that. He didn't go, it's fine, Sam. No, he carried his own weight. Here comes a few Pegasus Knights trying to fight me now. They're trying to group up on me, doing a lot of damage to my giant for sure. I mean, they're charging in. But now I'm moving back in, moving in Black Orcs, and I'm moving in Night Goblins and my Orc Shaman. Girl Knights will be over here eventually. I think they're still waiting it out. Way back over here. Oh no, these are Chaos Knights. I don't even... Okay, the Girl Knights are down here. Alright. They probably could have all focused on the Beastman player, and that would have been better. Marauder Horsemen are back here. The Sidegors beginning to throw rocks at it. We got Aspiring Champions beginning to move in. Let's go check out my fight. I moved in my giant, my Black Orcs. I've got more Black Orcs and a Spider on the way. That's a lot of armor piercing right now. The Girl Knights will be here eventually, I think. I mean, they're charging up to me. They're trying to fly away. They took a lot of damage. Ah, here they come. Just on time. They're charging into my Black Orcs, and they will do their part. But do you know what I have? A Foot of Gork. Oh, it will be here. Much like that, and they're all grouping up perfectly. Thank you, Orc Shaman. Much appreciated. And they dropped quickly. Look at that. Their health went down. Now they're in trouble. Grell Knights were invalidated by 1 Foot of Gork. Now I have another charge coming in. I mean, if you look at it, I'm having to face charge after charge. I'm still holding on. I'm debuffing, I'm buffing, I'm doing whatever it takes right now for me to win. Alright. I got my stand your ground and wah happening. They have a cascading fire cloak. More armor piercing and melee defense. Outside of my Black Orcs, I don't have a lot of that. Now, that spell did a lot of damage to me. I was very shocked. I was like, oh crap. That did a lot. I was worried about it. If he kept doing that, I probably would have been in much more trouble. He probably should have kept that up. Let's go check out our ally real quick. He's down here. Very strong core of soldiers. Still fighting the Marauder Horsemen. A little bit. His basic infantry are not doing well. He brought in a lot of chaos spawn, which is kind of weird. I'm not used to it. The main line is still here. He's still trying to hit them. I'm glad he did that rather than charging in. He would have been crushed. It was better for him to just kind of support me with Sidegors because, I mean, they're not all trying to fight me yet. They're still trying to defend. The Bretonnian player's moving in now. I've got a few guys who are routing, but they're largely okay. I've got more Knights moving in. They did charge through their fellow Chaos Knights, and that is why they were unable to get a great charge off on me. They're all grouped up. Another Foot of Gork would have been amazing here. Spider the Bad Moon, Missile Parry. They weren't really trying to hit me, but a little bit too late for my extra charge defense, too. That would have been better. I have way too many spiders, though. They're getting a lot of kills, and that's really like the main theme of my army. Spiders and giants to be able to cause terror. Supported by Black Orcs and Night Goblins for debuffing. They did get my Orc Shaman, but I mean, I was pretty low on magic anyway. He killed 24 Knights, largely, on his own. A good Foot of Gork going through Grell Knights and doing a lot of damage to their health. Though they're not fully done for, they're chasing after a few of my units that are fleeing. But I'm still fighting and holding over here. He's not really moving in yet. Sidegors are still going. He's got 3 of them. He brought in 1 via magic. The Chaos Warriors are now moving down. I think he's fighting a few aspiring champions. Those weirdos who were really far away. Got the charging after my fleeing units. We killed 1 enemy lord. King Luon is now dead. There he is. Hey. He's very dead. We have Archeon is kind of waiting over here. And I'm crushing even more of them. They're fleeing quickly. They're beginning to try to shoot at me. I would have had the Peasant Bowman focusing fire on my giants and my spiders. The armor is less and they could have done a lot of damage. Right now we got a Gorbel going after that Marauder Horseman group, which is kind of crazy, but a Gorbel is pretty quick. The Girl Knights are still trying to chase after my fleeing units right now, which is fine. I'm still bunched up right now, chewing through their army. A majority of the army is beginning to flee. I fought a lot of it on my own, but because the Beastman player didn't really charge ahead, it worked out. I say Beastman because, you know, he's the Beastman. I don't need to say beastmen. He's not a plural. I could say beastmen player. Yeah, that'll work too. My giants are going after the champions, who are now terrified. The trebuchet is not really helping out too much. I wanted to get the trebuchet, but it didn't really work out. We're now moving ahead. If you look at the amount of bodies, I have been fighting all over here. And I fought Grell Knights and Chaos Knights, and I still managed to pull through. Things were a little bit touch and go. I was here alone, and I did make a lot of them break, but man, that can be brutal. I brought in my regiments of renown. 27, they're not breaking. They refuse to break. We're still fighting more of them. They're fleeing immediately. They are just losing it. Beastman player is over here shooting down at what? Chosen. Still fighting them. He's got a Beast Lord on a chariot. Basic units fighting them. He's got some Minotaurs though. That will tear right through them. And I'm still going. 20,000 gold can really change up your game a lot. You can do so much with that. Charging right through, going after these units. I mean, I wanted to cause terror. They're pretty weakened, and that's why they're going to break quickly. At the point we're at, they're going to break very quickly. Grell Knights are back again. I've got my Black Orcs fighting them, and we're fighting them a little bit in the woods. I don't know if they are quite in there yet for a penalty. I don't believe they are. But they do not do well in the woods. They're still trying to push in. I'm moving in my Black Orcs, or moving them back to unify. We're also trying to fight Archaon. I wanted to go after him. But then I was like, hey, Knights, okay, gotta go. And if you look at it, it looks like my guys should have broken a wall back, but they didn't. I moved away from that spell. A little bit late for that spell. Yeah, they went after my 8-peak loonies, who fought so hard. I'm very proud of them for that. Okay, Spawn and all that are moving down here to go after the Chosen, which are now beaten. Marauder Horsemen are still trying to do their things over here. They didn't really work in tandem. Neither did my ally and myself, but in a way we did. His Cygors were able to do a lot of damage, a lot more than if he just kind of charged in on his own to die. And he took out elements of their armies that were going to be very annoying to me had they all focused on me. Grell Knights are over here. And they're upgraded too, that's why they're very strong and hard to handle. I still have my Black Orcs, I still have my 2 spiders. We're still going after Archaon. And spiders are just very good. I love them. They've got their little goblin archers, and they've got armor piercing and poison damage. Pushing him back, we're all focusing on Archaon. He's taking a lot of damage, which feels good. And finally, the Beastman player is beginning to move up. He went through their trebuchets. Finally, that took forever. I did so much damage on my own. Okay, now, here's where they're actually charging a little bit into the woods, and that's where I have a advantage. They're beginning to break immediately. Look at all that terror. I've got giants all over. I did lose one giant somewhere, I think. Did I? Looks like it. Yeah? Where's your big old dead body? I should be able to find it. Huh. Down here, we've got a Gore Bull going after aspiring champions. We're looking at Marauder Horsemen fleeing. They're all fleeing. We had one unit left, and we didn't really know where he was at. Let me go check it out real quick. Ah, over here. Hell Cannon guy. Yeah, that was the one. You've been brave, Chaos Dwarf. You can go home now. You don't need to prove yourself just because she said you had a small Anyway. Oh, he's going for it. Look at him. The only one left here to fight. He's like, I have nothing to live for. He's charging forward. Oh, he's doing it. Look at him go. He can't catch up. Come on, Chaos Dwarf, you can do it. And I found him, and then I drew with my little tool, letting him know where he's at. Yeah, you got it, buddy. I believe in you. You can take down a Cygor, right? Grab onto his tail. Eat it. He did it. Oh, he did some damage, too. Oh, no. Oh, no, he's done for. Okay, it's over. Beautiful. Okay, I lost over 700, a majority of my army. He lost over 400. A lot of the damage was early on when I lost my squigs. I mean, those would have been great to have, though they didn't really have a lot of range units. If I had them on the left flank, that would have been better, but really, flying units will counter what I have. They're too cheap and fragile. If I can get them into lines, oh, they're beautiful. But other than that, yeah, they're very hard. My giants did well, a lot of kills. My spiders did well, a lot of kills. Nothing with my Hammer of Gorg. That's fine, too. If you look at it, I had such a strong core of infantry supporting each other that we were okay. Black Orcs did a lot of killing, and I had all of my little goblins debuffing. I killed their knights with my orc shaman. That was like his only role. Buffing is fine, but I wanted to foot of Gork some knights, and that worked out too. Got my knight goblin war boss, who did well. He got a lot of kills with his Cygors, and he had a third one. His Minotaurs did their part, and he did not break, and that helped me out. Okay, guys, he did a lot of damage. He's got his flying knights. He did a lot of damage. The girl knights got a lot of kills, but they were also chasing fleeing units. So I don't know how much they actually did. Spearmen broke. I mean, they did well in a way, but not well enough. The Chaos player might have been new. I'm not too sure. He wasn't fighting together. You cannot separate your Chaos army. It just doesn't really work well. You've got to work together. You're way too expensive. He didn't really try to focus me down, but they couldn't break me anyway. I had so much armor piercing and just giants causing terror. So, I mean, they really needed to focus down on my giant units, but they didn't really do that. So they were unable to really make a dent in my force. I did lose a lot, but it didn't really matter. I had spiders and giants, a war boss, and black orcs. Anyway, thank you for watching. Don't forget to leave a like down below and leave a comment. And as always, until then.